Okay, so we're going to put together the curling light stand with the UV light. Make sure we have all the tools ready to put together. So here I have the 4-leg stand. I'm going to put that and align them to see how I'm going to put it together. Okay, it's going to look something like that. And then I'm going to think about how I'm going to position the light. Now notice that the light will be something like this. Okay, it'll look something like that. So that's important because we have a plate that is shorter and a longer plate. Okay, so the shorter one will be along this axis here, right? And the longer plate is going to be along this axis here. So that's how we're going to do it. So let's do that. Now I have the bolt and screw here. Let's take that out. Okay, so let's take out the first plate and okay, we're going to align that like so. And screw it from the back. Again, we don't want to tighten it yet. We just want to make sure that we got everything in place, and we'll tighten later to make sure we fit everything in a orderly fashion. There we go, like that. Another one like this. Maybe I'll put a plate here. There you go. Basically, you want to do is you want to stack the longer plate on top of the shorter plate. Okay, and then screw that in. Again, I'm just going to not tighten it too much. So if I made a mistake, I can adjust it later. There we go. Okay, something like that. 2 bolt in there. They don't have manual, that's the problem, right? So that's why I just look at the image and I think this is how you assemble it. If I'm wrong, then we gotta redo everything again. Okay. Okay. There we go. So far so good. Like I said, I'm not tightening it yet. I just want to make sure that I got everything in place. Okay. You might want to just tighten a little bit so that it will stay straight here. Okay, there we go. Next one. Remember the longer plate on top of the shorter plate. Okay. The problem with these bolts and nuts is in these corners here, you have the small hand to get it in there because it's kind of hard to reach. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so far so good. Oops. So that's what it looks like so far. Okay, almost there. I guess that's why it's so cheap, because you gotta assemble it yourself. But it's good that you know, you learn along the way. Always good to learn something. while you know, saving money along the way. I think that's good. As long as it's not too complicated. It reminds me of IKEA furniture, right? Similar to that. Okay, so there it is. That's what it looks like so far. Now it's a bit loose because I haven't tightened yet, because I want to make sure that this thing fits properly. Let's see. And it fits perfectly. There we go. Now, the only thing is, see if I can have the light. You know, you can set it so the light could go this way, right? Or usually down here. But the thing is, there's no screw allowing it to settle. That's too bad. You see, it's basically going to just stand like that and the light shine through it. However, you can, I guess you can, I don't know. See, I could do it this way. Put it in here and then screw this thing in like that to bring it closer. I guess that might work. Hold on, see, I haven't tightened this yet, but we could put this underneath like this and then screw it in like that, this way. It works as well. But the only problem is, if you do this way, then you're getting closer to the right, you're getting closer to the model, and then you only have this amount of space left, only this much left, like that. I saw the actual picture, they put it actually on top instead, like that. Okay, but it has this back end here where you can screw it in. You can adjust it any way you want. You could do it this way, I guess, and then put it assembled like that, and then yeah, I guess you could do that way. But like I said, if you do it this way, you just decide to screw it in. The only problem is now you don't have this amount of space left, and I don't think that's a good idea, because if your model is tall, then you won't have enough space. So I would say, just, you know what, don't screw it in, just put it on top like that. I think it's better. Okay, so let's now tighten everything up, and I think I'm gonna put the screw up here. Let's see how. Yeah, I'm gonna put the screw also. There's 4 more screws. I'm gonna put it to tighten it, the 3 axis, because I did on the side. Now I have to do on the top as well. Okay, let me show you right now. It's hard to, like I said, you gotta have a small hand. So maybe your kids can do it for you, huh? With their small hands, yeah. I have a small hand, so there we go. Yeah. There we go. Okay, as you can see here, I don't know if you can see, it's 3 screw. Okay, top and 2 side, like that. Okay. Let's stabilize this stand. I'm not going to tighten until I get all the nuts in there. Okay. Like that. Here we go. See, 3 screw inside like that. 1 on top, 2 on the side. Okay, repeat 2 more times. One more, nuts and bolts. Okay, so here's a closer shot of the stand. As you can see here, the longer beam here is on top of the shorter beam. Notice I screw 3 screws, the top portion, right? There's the nuts and bolts on top, and then on the side. Okay. there, there. Okay, so initially what I do is I just screw it in with my hand, and then I will use a screwdriver to tighten it. But generally I want to make sure I align it properly. You can see, and if you look at from the bottom end, right, there is the 3 nuts and bolts all tighten up. There it is. So this is how it looks. Pretty stable now. And I put the UV lamp on top. Okay, now you can also put it somewhere on the bottom here, but the problem is then the space between your model and the UV light would be too close together, so you can't really build it up. So I would suggest I just put the UV light on top like that, and so you have more longitudinal space here for your model, and then it spins, and you can you know, curl it quickly with the UV light. Okay, so that's what it looks like. You put this on top like that, and then you have this revolving stand. Oh, cool. It's a solar power. Right. I'm not going to use the solar. I'm just going to use the battery. It doesn't come with a battery, but this is using a double A 1.5 volt. I'm going to do that. Now, it also uses solar panel as well to, you know, get this to go, but most likely I'm going to be using the battery. Okay, the top part is actually made of plastic. The revolving surface here is made of plastic, so not sure about the quality. I would prefer ceramic or glass, but I think they will make this a bit more expensive. I think plastic over time might break. So, but again, what can you do, right? Now the good news is, okay, let's see. The good news, okay, it comes with a plastic to cover that metal part here. You just fit this plate, this surface, revolving surface there, and there we go. You got this, and this should rotate like that once you put the battery in there. Oh, that's cool. See, the solar panel actually works if you start rotating. Look at that. So it's working. It just needs more electric current running through it. So this solar panel is not good enough in the, you know, the normal room here, but it does work. I can see that when I twist it, this thing keeps on spinning. So there's enough to start the momentum, right? And it was still spinning. See? Yeah, it's spinning. It's awesome. So if you have light shining on, like a UV light, I think this will spin. We'll have to see once you know, I have a model to dry in. But yeah, cool. Okay, and then what you do is you put this underneath like this. Okay, now like this. Let's put this on this side here. Okay, it will look something like this once I screw it in tightly. But I just want to show you quickly. There you go. And then you put this like that, and you're ready to go. Actually, let me plug this in and show you. There it is. Okay, again, I don't want to look directly at the UV light because I don't have my protective glasses on, but you can probably see there. So this thing will rotate. Let me see if we can see. It's rotating now. Yeah, because the UV light actually is strong enough without the battery. So you don't even need the battery now. The UV light have enough energy to cause to spin. I can see it spinning right now. So yeah, that's cool. That is amazing. And this is really cheap. I got it for less than 30 bucks US, I believe. I'm not sure. You can check the link. But yeah, this is going to be great for my Resin 3D printer. I bought the Anycubic Photon Zero 3D printer, which I will put together and calibrate. So this is the one. Okay, so in the next video, I'll show you how I calibrate and, you know, start printing one of the model, and you know, all the necessary equipment needed or chemicals needed. For example, you need to wash that down with the ethanol and isopropyl, like 90+%. So you would need a resin liquid for printing, just like an ink, but instead this is printing 3D using a monomers. When it assembles itself, become polymers, hard plastic, and we'll get, you know, the model we want. It's going to be awesome. So that will be my next video. We'll calibrate this instrument and get it going, okay, and print something cool. Thanks for watching EducateTube.com. Cool.